Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the third story in the Orphan series, and this one is called Brooke, or is revolved around the perspective and storyline of Brooke. Her picture is just right there with the tiara on her head, and yeah, I really like Brooke's story. It angered me quite a bit, and I will go through that during my video. But this is going to be my own thoughts and feelings regarding Brooke's story, and also this is going to be a spoiler-free video, despite the fact that all these stories are probably really old right now, but I'll do my best. But I'll try to steer clear away from major spoilers. So Brooke, at the start of the story, like Butterfly and Crystal, she is adopted by a couple. I was going to say a loving couple, but I don't really think that love comes into this relationship with these two. But Brooke, as a character, she's very self-sufficient. She's very athletic. She's a bit of a tomboy, and she doesn't really care about what anyone thinks of her. And she gets adopted by a woman called Pamela, or Pam. Pam is a very attractive woman. Brooke even states this when she first meets Pam, that she's very attractive, she's very beautiful, and her husband is called Peter. Now, when they first meet Brooke, Pam automatically says to Brooke about how beautiful she is and how attractive she is, both in her facial features and in her body structure as well. She even mentions about beauty pageants or contests that she went to back in her day, and she and Peter take her back to their home. But after discovering what clothes she's got at the orphanage, that she's basically got what Pam regards as not beautiful clothing, she automatically takes her to a very expensive shopping centre or shop. I can't remember what it's called. Bloomingdale's, that's what it's called. Bloomingdale's. And she spends a lot of money on Brooke. She like buys her all this expensive clothing, and she even buys her a diamond encrusted watch. And this is all happening before she's even gone back to her new home. And this even really seems very overwhelming for Brooke, because it's like, I'm having all this money spent on me. But when they go back to the house, it's a massive mansion. They have servants and they've got people there to do stuff for them. And it is quickly established by Pam that, as I said, she doesn't really mention this. She doesn't say this exactly. But primarily the reason why she chose Brooke from the orphanage, is because she wants to have Brooke in beauty competitions or in beauty pageants. She wants her to use Brooke to live out her glory days, her pastime, her fantasies when she was in beauty pageants and can't be anymore because, I don't know, she's gone past that age or time in her life. So she's using Brooke to fulfill her fantasies and her past dreams and ambitions. She's living through Brooke. And there is very similar things between Brooke's story and Butterfly's story. Just a recap. Butterfly's whole time was the fact that her mother was a ballerina in her younger years, and she wanted to relive that through Butterfly. And Butterfly knew that this was the case, but she kind of accepted it. She thinking, okay, fine, it's what my mother wants, or this woman wants me to do, and I've got to please her, and I'll do my best. But with Brooke, she knows that Pam is using her to fulfill her fantasies, and Brooke doesn't like this at all. She rebels all the time. She constantly says that she's not beautiful, that she doesn't want to do pageants, um, but she's forced to do it. And she's always bringing up the fact that Pam got her primarily to live through Brooke, or through her. And Pam has all these like hygiene and beauty regimens that she does to an extreme level. She has all these potions and um, creams and ointments that she uses for her skin. And she doesn't even go outside that much because she believes that the sun, I mean, too much sun can damage your skin, which is probably the case. She refers to the way that she dresses is that she's not really submissive to men. She wants to dress nice for them because she wants to like go into a room and have everybody looking at her and say, "Wow, look how beautiful she is," and having other men looking at her and wishing that she was her. I mean, she belonged to them, and she also wants to make women envious. I'm not sure whether this is a type of control. It really isn't. I mean, it is and it isn't. Um, it's really hard to explain. And Brooke is kind of forced to wear all these nice clothing and go to photo shoots. Not as much as I would think in this. I don't think she even goes to one beauty pageant, even though one is set up for her right at the start of the book. I'm pretty sure she doesn't go to it. I'm pretty sure she doesn't. But Brooke goes to a school, and unlike Butterfly Story, we spend a lot of time at this school. It's a big part of Brooke's story. At this school, it's kind of like the so-called cream of the crop. It's like the most beautiful and rich like students and girls go there, and everyone's snobby and all about money and status and all that, and nothing else matters apart from wealth and status and all that stuff. But when she's there, she gets an interest in playing baseball, as she's very good at it. She's one of the star players. She even wins them several games. And Pam doesn't really like this. She thinks that her spending too much time outdoors is bad for her skin. She doesn't like her uniform whatsoever because she thinks that she looks like a boy. And even when she victoriously wins a game, like like a big important game, and tells Pam about it, she kind of brushes it off and doesn't really acknowledge it. And let me just briefly touch on Peter. Peter is always out and about. He's kind of like the referee for Pam and Brooke. When they get into an argument, he goes in there and tries to come to a compromise about what to actually do. He tries to be as much of a father figure as he can for Brooke, and I think that Brooke kind of sees him as somewhat of a father figure. And he even goes to one or two of Brooke's baseball games and records it and gets really enthusiastic and excited about it. And he knows that Pam, his wife, is using Brooke to live out these fantasies, but he's just there to be the peacekeeper. There's even a point in this book where Brooke is forced to learn to play the piano, and she doesn't really like it. She thinks that she's just average and has no real talent. And that's the basic story of Brooke's part of the Orphans series. It was good. It got me very frustrated, I must say, because our mother is living out her beauty pageant years through her daughter. Reminded me of a so-called TV show. I won't mention it, but if you know, you know. I get very upset. Not really angry, but upset about how these women are living out their fantasies, their interests from their past glory days through their kids that don't really want to do this, but they feel that they have to because they want to please their parents, they want to please their mum, they want to live up to that image of being a good daughter. And they feel that, okay, I mean, I don't really want to do this, but I have to do it because I want to make my mum happy. And that isn't really a healthy thing to actually do, because your child is going to grow up resenting you for making them do this that they want to actually do. Like, if and when I ever have children, because I'm a massive reader, if my child doesn't like reading, that absolutely detests reading, and he's really into sports and I'm not into sports, but if my child is into sports and he doesn't like reading, then that's great. I'm not really going to force him to do something that he doesn't want to do. Like, I'm really into graphic design. I've got a very artistic mind and way of thinking, and if my son even struggle, or if my child rather even struggles to draw a stick figure, then that's fine. I'm not going to force them to do something that they don't want to do. I'm going to encourage what they want to do themselves, whether I like it or not, or whether I have an interest in it or not, because they have to figure stuff out for themselves. And if you force them to do something that they have no interest or passion in, then they will have a very sad existence and upbringing. So with Brooke's story, what I'm going to rate it, I'm probably going to rate it a 4 stars out of 5. I did enjoy it. The ending, as I said in Butterflies and Crystal's story, I won't spoil what happens at the end of Brooke's story, but it's more or less the same type of ending that them two girls had. And if you are wondering or curious, yes, Butterfly and Crystal are mentioned at the end of Brooke's story. So these 4 girls are all connected, and apparently all come together in the final book in the series called The Runaways. So I've only got Raven's story to go through next, which I will be reading very, very soon. I can't wait to read it and get her perspective on this story. That's Raven there. And yeah, I can't wait to read Raven's story and find out what I think about that. And then I will be going on to, well, not straight on to, but I'll be reading Runaways as soon as I can. I need to still purchase a copy, but when I get to it and when it's time for me to read it, I can't wait to read it and get through that book and to tie up the Orphans series. So let me know what you thought about this whole video, guys. Did you, I mean, have you read Brooke's story? Have you read the Orphans series? Have you read anything else by V.C. Andrews? Yes, I have got Flowers in the Attic, and I will be reading that one as soon as I can. But let me know if I've maybe encouraged you or inspired you to read this and give this series a chance. It's more drama than horror, which I thought that V.C. Andrews was. But I am really enjoying going through these stories, and yeah, it's something different for me to experience. So guys, that's been my video, so hopefully you enjoyed it, and with all that out of the way, I'll see you in my next video.